Today, we're skipping the manifest your dream life fluff and telling you what this Cancer new moon is doing. It's actually bringing up some heavy stuff, some unfinished emotional business. It's also going to be testing your definition of emotional safety. And unfortunately, because of how close it is to zodiac sign Capricorn, it is also going to punish whoever tries to force a fresh restart before finishing an old cycle. Welcome back to the Aquarius podcast, where we talk about astrology and emotional intelligence. You see, we have the moon, the sun, and Mercury in Cancer. Mercury is currently retrograde in Cancer. Cancer rules emotional attachments in relationships. This is a time to take a look at our relationships, especially the ones we've had in the past. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who made you feel emotionally unsafe? What were some of the symptoms of that connection? The super new moon in Cancer is causing some new revelations about the fact that you were never really cared for or nurtured as a child. And that realization is coming out through your current relationship or past failed relationships. It's happening very close to the Capricorn degree, so it's bringing up both mommy and daddy issues. This is all childhood trauma territory. Cancer sun, moon, and rising typically struggle with being their own safe space when they get in relationship. It's about harnessing safety within. Oftentimes, when they're underdeveloped, they seek that safety with others by bonding with others. And sometimes when the bond doesn't make them feel safe, they stay in harmful relationships due to the fear of being alone because they haven't created their own containment for their emotions. So it's safe to feel your feelings under this Cancer new moon. Your feelings are valid. They're going to be intense. But how you choose to respond to that intensity may not always be valid, okay? This Cancer new moon is really gifting us the ability to notice our emotional patterns, how they can hijack our brain into making choices that may not be the best for our emotional safety. We're being asked to let go and make room for more emotional security in our lives. So we're going back to our home, to our roots. This is a total nervous system reset. And I'm sure if you take the moment to take a deep breath and think it through, you can probably tell the difference between an emotionally safe relationship and an emotionally unsafe one. Now, who's going to be the most affected? Souls who have Cancer at the sun, moon, rising, or any personal planets within 18 to 26 degrees of Aries, obviously Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn are going to feel this transit very personally. The universe wants you to be emotionally honest. Okay, because this is happening at the 21st degree, which is Sagittarius degree, the truth is required for you to think differently and to choose a new direction for your life that feels much, much more safe and stable. What is this new moon bringing for you? The question all zodiac signs are answering is, do I feel safe enough to be vulnerable here? The here changes for every sign. And that's really the journey of zodiac sign Cancer. It's how do I harness emotional safety? Cancer rules the home, the mother, our roots, our family of origin. It's about our living situation, emotional safety, and daily rituals that really promote a deep sense of belonging within. So the universe is asking you to revisit, because Mercury is currently retrograde, and finish what you started before. And I'm about to tell you what area that falls in for you. For Aries rising, it's your definition of what it means to be independent. Stop performing independence with your family. The people closest to you don't need your competence. What they need is your vulnerability, your honesty, your sensitivity about what it is you're carrying. Can you let them see the version of you that isn't handling everything perfectly? That's the one they want. Okay, Taurus rising, the messages that you haven't sent and that you have not communicated matter more than the work project that you're trying to go for right now. You've been rehearsing what to say for weeks. That rehearsal is the preparation. It's not a delay. It's actually where the strategy is. Now, once you've refined your message, send it. Call them. Say the thing. Can you speak the truth? Ask for what you need. Gemini rising, your emotional security isn't coming from outside. No matter how much you chase it, it's not going to happen. You have to fix how you value yourself before you fix your income, because the income will just repeat that same pattern. Worthiness is not about material possessions. It's a feeling inside. Could this be an emotional job disguised as a financial one? I just want you to think about it. Cancer rising, for you, this one is very personal. Your identity is changing. You're rebuilding your sense sense of self from a place of safety, not fear or obligation. It's not from how you're perceived or how well you're handling things on your own and how much of a boss you're being. Who are you when no one's watching you manage? Can you show up as that person? Leo rising is time to be alone and go within. The truth is, you can't perform your way out of this phase. You need to rest. You need to grieve privately. You need to unplug from the audience that you usually need. Whatever it is that's emotional from your childhood that you're currently processing does not require witnesses right now. Virgo rising, it's time to audit your friend group, and I want you to do it without being polite. I want you to be honest about who shows up when you're not helping, when you're not useful, when you're not entertaining, when you're not accomplishing. Who shows up when you're just being human? That answer tells you who should stay in your life and who should be pushed out of your inner circle. Libra rising, your career cannot keep being the only thing in your life that makes you feel safe. Work is not about emotional labor, okay? Cosmetic fixes like a new title, a new outfit won't heal what's hurting. Something has to change, even if it's uncomfortable. I want you to take some time to think about what that is for you. Scorpio rising, your worldview, the one that you inherited from your family of origin, has quietly become a place that isn't serving you anymore. The person that you've become or that you are becoming needs a broader mindset. It's time for you to question your worldview, okay? Question it directly instead of quietly outgrowing it in silence. Don't stay stuck in the belief system that no longer fits your developed mind. It's okay to evolve, to let go, and to step into a new state of consciousness. Sagittarius rising, it's good to be independent, but it becomes harmful when your sense of independence keeps you from community and genuine connection. Your independence has become a fortress. It's protected you, yeah, no doubt about it, but it's also kept you lonely and emotionally disconnected in ways that really make life worth living. Can you let one person in all the way? Not just for them to observe the polished version of you, but the real you. Capricorn rising, stop managing your relationships. Relationships require work, but they're not work. There is a distinction here. Your relationship cannot be managed like a project with deliverables and also think that they're going to feel emotionally safe. Unguarded honesty is the only currency that works right now. It's not about how competent you are in your relationships or how reliable you are, or how much you provide and how much work you offer. It's about your heart. Can you show up as a whole person, a caring, loving, sensitive, and messy human, not as a title or as a role? Do you think that's possible for you? Aquarius rising, your body has been keeping score while you have been ignoring it. It's time to fix your health and your daily routine because your routine is quietly burning you out. So before the universe forces the issue for you, this is a gentle reminder that maintenance is not optional. It is overdue. Can you create a schedule that centers your physical and emotional well-being and prioritizes your health? Pisces rising, for you, it's time to make something just for fun. It's not about other people clapping for you or other people liking what you're creating. It's about you feeling good. Can you give yourself permission to experience joy, pleasure, and a childlike sense of wonder? The old validation loop isn't the point anymore. We're not chasing it, okay? It will hollow out whatever it is you're creating. Can you create like no one is grading it? What do you think might come out of that approach when you're making art? The beautiful thing about this Cancer new moon is that it is lifting this fog that all of us have been living under. Clarity is arriving. A separating square to Saturn suggests that we're stepping into a phase where our emotional needs that once felt restricted or judged, perhaps by an authoritarian parent or a partner that had more of a dominant presence in our lives, or maybe it's just the internalized harsh voice from childhood that told us that vulnerability is weakness. All of that is going away. That pressure is easing. We're becoming more comfortable with our sensitivity, with accepting it. The applying sextile to the ascendant and trine to the descendant are bringing harmony to our relationship with ourselves as well as with others. You see, now how we present and how we relate to others is in alignment. Relationships that are built on mutual honesty rather than performance or people pleasing are going to be thriving under this new moon in Cancer. And lastly, the applying sextile to fortune points towards quiet, earned well-being, meaning if we're willing to create daily stability, we can expect compounded interest in our investment when it comes to our overall well-being. The separating trine to the vertex hints at a fated connection that will make our lives much easier. How do we manifest under this Cancer new moon? Number one, tell yourself the truth about how people, places, and situations make you feel. Mercury retrograde is about reflection, so name the emotion and ground yourself in that truth. Water energy is reflective. Water only knows what it sees, what it feels, and what it senses. Water energy manifests best by acknowledging what it is that it feels, acknowledging feelings, surrendering to the truth of those emotions, and dissolving into them is the best way to manifest if you have a water sign at your Mars placement, and that will be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Remember, you might be experiencing a lot of emotions right now, and that is okay. That's literally what it means to be a Cancer, is that you're constantly in a vortex of fast changing emotions. Those emotions are asking you for presence. The universe wants you to sit with them and reflect on how your emotions affect your identity, how you perceive yourself, your ego, your thought process. Yes, the ones that you deny. Remember, what we resist persist. If we want to transcend and evolve, we have to face, confront, accept, make room for, right? And what we can no longer bear to carry, we have to be courageous enough to let it go. Chiron in Taurus wants us to feel emotionally safe in our body. That journey requires integration between our rational mind and our illogical selves. They both have to come together to give us emotional safety. Now, how do we make the most of this new moon, balsamic dark moon? This Cancer new moon is asking us to build safety from the inside. Then let it show in how we connect with others. 4 easy steps. Number 1, surrender to your true feelings rather than forcing anything. Your truth is simple. This is what Sagittarius knows. It needs no embellishments, and that's what makes it feel good, the simplicity of it all. Number 2, endings. We have to welcome them. Endings make room for new beginnings. The more new beginnings we want to experience, the more welcoming we have to be with endings. Number 3, trust your intuition and your dreams. We're going to be having vivid dreams under this Cancer new moon, especially because this new moon is trying the North Node in Pisces. So keep a dream journal and see what comes up for you. And lastly, number 4, reflect on toxic patterns from childhood that you continue to replay currently in your relationships. Many of us have roles that were assigned to us in childhood that were unhealthy for our well-being that we're still reenacting years later. It's time to close those toxic loops. Forgive yourself for the unhealthy relationships, the unhealthy patterns, rest, and move on. Now, let's talk about emotional intelligence practices for the Cancer new moon. The purpose of this shakeup, really, is to guide us into reparenting ourselves. And we do that through routines and consistency, just like a parent. Cancer is the mother in astrology. Routines make us feel safe. Small, consistent acts of self-care, such as eating 3 meals a day, getting adequate sleep at night by going to bed at the same time, keeping our living space tidy. We want to be able to depend on ourselves to respond to our needs. It feels good when dinner shows up on time. Time is ruled by Zodiac sign Capricorn, who is the sister of Cancer. This Cancer new moon is asking us to use the gift of time to create a sense of safety via routines. Number 2, emotional intelligence for Cancer is about naming the emotion, naming the feeling out loud. Express what it is we need before resentment builds quietly in our relationships. When Zodiac sign Cancer is unhealthy, they overgive while caretaking, and they do this while starving themselves of their own needs with the expectation, secretly expecting that others will fill their emotional cup for them. So it's not really giving, it's a loan, but they don't realize it's a loan. In their mind, because it is a water sign that, if you ever watch a crab walking, they'll waddle from side to side. They think if I waddle to the left, you will waddle to the right and we'll have balance. When in reality, all of us adults have to take care of ourselves emotionally. We have to fill our own cup until it fills over, and then we can share it with others. So silent overgiving and starving your own needs will not fulfill you emotionally. And oftentimes, Cancer energy ends up feeling secretly abandoned because nobody reciprocated their level of care. Mind you, it's the same one that did not communicate. When you name the feeling, whether it's I feel neglected, then the people in your circle can actually respond to that. Healing for Cancer is about stating directly their needs and stating them early. You can tell that a Cancer is healthy when they ask for what they want up front. The mid ones will ask for what they want when things are not going the way they want, because Cancer is a sister of Capricorn, and Capricorn is a strategist of the zodiac. Capricorn is a mastermind. Capricorn is a war general. A war general does not go into an enterprise without a strategy, without a plan. So a healthy Cancer borrows some of that energy from Capricorn. So when they're in relationship, they state what they need directly, giving the other party an opportunity to determine whether they can meet their needs or not. And doing so keeps relationships from turning into toxic spaces where quiet withdrawal, bitterness, and resentment becomes the way that we indirectly communicate our needs, when a more direct approach would actually favor building safety in the relationship. The last emotional intelligence tip to practice under this Cancer new moon is about letting people in during downtimes, during low moments in life. Instead of hiding our feelings and managing everything alone, the instinct for Cancer generally is to retreat, to self-soothe in private when they're hurt, since being seen as needy often felt unsafe in childhood. So instead of doing that, which is basically acting out of childhood trauma, we're actually going to show up like big girls, big adults, with our needs on the table, trusting that the people who are around us love us enough to care for us. The healthier habit for zodiac sign Cancer is practicing being witnessed in their vulnerability, of course with someone safe. I'm not asking you to show your vulnerability to everybody and to the world. I'm asking you to use discernment in testing how safe your relationships feel for you to be vulnerable in them. This is mainly for you to learn that needing others doesn't mean that you've bought a ticket to being abandoned. That abandonment wound that most Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising carry is there for them to heal it, especially those who have it at Chiron and Lilith. That's why you have it. You have it so you can heal it. And the only way to heal it is to be courageous enough to let people in when you're struggling, because when you do, people are more than happy to show up for you. People love helping Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, because Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, when they're healthy, they're very loving, generous people, very protective by nature, very sensitive to people hurting, to other people's vulnerability, just very, very deeply caring. So whenever the most loving and caring person that you know is in need of help, most people line up the street to help them. The problem is that oftentimes Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising do not give others the opportunity to see them being vulnerable. And usually the overgiving is really them trying to manipulate others into caring for them should they ever need it, without actually stating what their needs are. So reparenting yourself is really about taking responsibility for your emotional well-being. So when you create that routine, you're basically saying, I am the mother, and I will take care of little me, and I will make sure that I am safe and taken care of. The Cancer moon energy is going to heal all of us, not through avoiding our sensitivity and vulnerability, but rather through repeatedly proving to ourselves in small daily ways that our needs are allowed to exist and that they are allowed to be met, and that we are worthy of the nurturing and caretaking that we provide others. That's the spirit of this Cancer new supermoon. It's not a fresh start. It's really the completion of a cycle. It's going to feel slow because it's real, because suddenly you have clarity about how you contribute to your own misery, and you can now choose to have better, a life that feels more nurturing, more nourishing, a life that feels worth protecting. Share this with someone who needs permission to feel their feelings and to ask for help. I'll catch you on the next episode of the Aquarius podcast, where we'll be discussing the Aquarius full moon happening on July 29th. Thank you for listening to the Aquarius podcast. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.